Did you hear about the pregnant lady who forgot she was pregnant? She went to the doctor complaining about a strange kicking sensation in her belly. This may seem like an outlandish tale, but it's not as far-fetched as you might think. Welcome to the wonderful world of pregnancy brain, a phenomenon that turns usually sharp women into forgetful, sometimes hilariously befuddled versions of themselves. Now let's dive into a few stories that will tickle your funny bone. Picture this: a woman, 8 months pregnant, frantically searching for her car keys. She's turned her house upside down, checked the pockets of every coat she owns, and even accused the cat of hiding them. And where does she find them? Nestled next to the lettuce in the fridge, of course. Who else but pregnancy brain could be to blame for such a bizarre turn of events? But wait, there's more. Another expectant mother spent a whole hour looking for her glasses, only to discover they were perched on her head the entire time. She'd even enlisted the help of her 3-year-old, who after a diligent search gave her a puzzled look and said, "Mommy, glasses on head." The culprit? You guessed it, pregnancy brain. Now you may be wondering, what on earth is happening here? Is there a tiny alien controlling these women, making them do silly things? Well, not quite. Although the exact cause of pregnancy brain remains a mystery. Many believe it's a side effect of the hormonal changes, lack of sleep, and the stress that comes with expecting a baby. So, the next time you find your remote control in the freezer or your cell phone in the laundry basket, don't be too hard on yourself. You're not losing your marbles, you're just experiencing the quirks of pregnancy brain. And remember, if you ever misplace something, don't blame the dog, blame the baby. After all, pregnancy brain makes for a much more entertaining story, don't you agree? Did you know that pregnant women have the most peculiar cravings? One woman started craving pickles dipped in ice cream at 3 a.m. And while that might sound strange, the world of pregnancy cravings is full of delightful surprises. There's a tale of a woman who woke up one night with a hankering for a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, but not just any sandwich. She wanted it grilled with a side of pickles and a dollop of whipped cream on top. Her partner, bless his heart, simply shrugged his shoulders and turned on the griddle. Then we have another woman who would only eat green apples. Not red, not yellow, but green apples. And not just any green apples, they had to be Granny Smith's. Her partner scoured every grocery store in town to keep up with her insatiable demand for the tart fruit. But cravings aren't the only curveballs that pregnancy throws. Let's not forget about aversions. There's a story of a woman who used to love the smell of her husband's cologne. The woody, musky scent was her favorite. But then, she got pregnant and suddenly the cologne smelled like a mix of rotten eggs and burnt rubber to her. Her poor husband had to give up his favorite scent for 9 months. And remember the tale of the woman who sent her partner out in the wee hours of the morning to buy pickled onions and chocolate? Well, guess what? The next day, she couldn't stand the sight of them. The once mouth-watering combination now seemed like the most repulsive thing on the planet. Her partner, however, enjoyed a midnight snack of pickled onions and chocolate for the next few days. So, in the wild world of pregnancy, expect the unexpected. One day, you might find yourself craving a concoction of pickles and ice cream, and the next, you won't be able to stand the sight of your favorite food. So, if you're pregnant and you suddenly start craving dirt, it might be time to check if you're actually a houseplant. Why do people insist on guessing a pregnant woman's due date? It's like they think they're playing The Price is Right with the baby's arrival. Pregnancy, the period of joy and anticipation, often becomes a hotbed for wild speculations and predictions. It's hilarious how everyone suddenly turns into a fortune teller reading signs from a pregnant woman's belly like it's a crystal ball. Remember the story of Aunt Martha? She was convinced her neighbor was having twins simply because of the size of her belly. She kept saying, "That belly is too big for just one baby, mark my words." Well, the neighbor did have a big belly, but it turned out there was just one very healthy, very chubby baby inside. Aunt Martha, it seems, miscalculated the baby-to-belly size ratio. Then there's the classic gender guessing game based on cravings. If a pregnant woman craves sweets, it's a girl. If it's sour or salty, it's a boy. The funny thing is, these old wives' tales are right about as often as they're wrong. Take Sarah, for instance. She was craving pickles and ice cream throughout her pregnancy, which according to the old adage, meant she was having a boy. But lo and behold, she gave birth to a beautiful baby girl. Guess the baby didn't get the memo about the pickle and ice cream rule. And let's not forget the guessing game around the due date itself. People love to predict when the baby will arrive based on everything from the moon's phase to the mother's mood swings. There was this one time when Bob, a self-proclaimed pregnancy psychic, predicted his colleague's baby would arrive on the next full moon. Well, the baby decided to make an entrance 2 weeks before the full moon, leaving Bob a bit red-faced. But remember our forgetful pregnant lady from the start? Well, someone asked her when she was due and she replied, "Oh, I was just about to ask you the same thing." Now, isn't that a classic case of pregnancy brain playing the guessing game on its own terms?